Maybe one of the best teams in the league tonight at game.
And the 2024 season is one these fans
who can replicate this. I can't.
Recently, and it brought me back.
Towards Hayes.
Hey, here's the problem. A lot of conservatives are having a fit over her interview. And here's
becoming only the 5th rookie ever to make the all WNBA team. It's been a whirlwind couple of years for Clark. But after her historic season, she's reaping the rewards, including a record-breaking $1.0 million salary.
The Indiana Fever are busting down the door of the second half of the season. They beat one of the best teams in the league tonight at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Final score 98-89 over the Phoenix Mercury. Fox 59's Hannah Fullman got some fans and spoke with them about how excited they are, not just here, but really all across the country for the return of WNBA basketball.
It's a sold-out crowd here in Gainbridge Fieldhouse as the Indiana Fever return for the second half of the 2024 season. And the 2024 season is one these fans.
The year 2024 was monumental for Caitlin Clark. She racked up numerous individual accolades, led the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016, and helped the team achieve their highest win total since their 2015 championship season under coach Stephanie White.
Do you think that there's any other players, specifically college players, who can replicate this kind of fandom in the way that we see for Caitlin Clark, Logan?
I honestly don't think so, and I've been thinking about this a ton recently, and it brought me back to a few years ago, or maybe it was last year before, I'm not too sure. I was in the back, like the depths of hell in Adelaide, Australia, doing some like wine tour I did not want to be on, and there were a group of guys, maybe in their 20s, they were talking about Caitlin Clark.
The WNBA season ended in October, and the next one doesn't begin until May, leaving Clark with nearly 7 months without high-level competition. That gap could have been shorter had she chosen to participate in the inaugural season of the IIE Unrivaled League. The new league features 36 WNBA players split into 6 teams of 6, competing in a brand new 3-on-3 format. Its goal is to keep players competing in the U.S. during the off-season. Each player is guaranteed a $250,000 base salary for the 8-week season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, well, I don't know if everybody knows, but obviously the pay in the WNBA obviously can't pay you throughout the whole year. So just be.
We all did it. Yeah, the CBA is coming up. I can't wait. Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL. What does that mean? We deserve more. Of course, everybody. I agree. Everybody. I agree with that. But we got to get paid for consequences. Damn, we got to get it on the y'all got to deal with something.
At 23, she took some time away from the basketball court to compete in the Anaka Pro-Am golf tournament. While there was plenty of speculation that she might join the inaugural Unrivaled 3v3 basketball league, she ultimately chose a different path.
On the rollout. How about Rose holding McBride with just 5 points? Reese claps her hands and reaches in with the foul. Oh, she just got teed up.
So I didn't see the reaction of Tiffany Hayes as she's now standing in front of her.
I think Reese was gesturing towards Hayes, and maybe the official thought it was to.
No, yeah. I think. Angel Reese was just tossed.
According to Front Office Sports, Unrivaled is prepared to offer Clark not only a salary exceeding $1 million, but also equity and revenue sharing incentives. All players in the league will receive equity opportunities and a guaranteed base salary of at least 6 figures. Athletes will reportedly be paid on a sliding scale, with star power and social media presence playing a role in boosting earnings. Clark's base salary during her WNBA rookie season was $76,535, not including bonuses, over her first 4 seasons. In the league, she's set to earn around $385,000. But with Unrivaled, she could potentially surpass that amount in just an 8-week season.
And then they built around the foundation with DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham and the other moves that they made this offseason. Now they're, they've got to have a full team going into camp to get rid of Katie Lou, and we'll see how all the money works out. Another small move like that was the Jaylen Brown move, which I haven't talked about much either because these are players who didn't play all that much. But Brown did send a
The majority of Caitlin Clark's income comes from high-profile endorsement deals with brands like Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, Wilson, Bose, and Buick. This news comes during the same week that WNBA players voted to opt out of the league's Current Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, signaling a push for better compensation and benefits. Unrivaled isn't the first league to try to lure Clark. Back in March, Ice Cube's Big 3 League reportedly offered her a $5 million contract with no strings attached to play just 8 games alongside her WNBA schedule. However, that offer went unanswered. To date, no WNBA player has ever earned close to $1 million in salary alone. But Breanna Stewart has pointed out that reaching that milestone could set a critical precedent for the league. Clark's marketability is undeniable. Last year, she ranked just 1 spot above Lionel Messi on the 50 most marketable athletes list, a testament to the commercial impact she's already had on the sport. With her massive influence, Unrivaled would likely see a major boost in ticket sales, viewership for its broadcast partner TNT Sports, and interest from top-tier sponsors if she joined. In just her first year as a pro, Caitlin Clark has reached a point where she can essentially name her price.
Art, earlier today, tickets went on sale to see the Washington Mystics take on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Resale tickets already soaring above $200.
However, Unrivaled is now reportedly pursuing Indiana Fever sensation Caitlin Clark, who led a standout rookie class into the WNBA this season and played a major role in driving the league to record-breaking attendance and viewership numbers in 2024.
WUSA 9 Sports Report with Chick Hernandez.
I'm going to tell you this right now. This is all about the Caitlin Clark effect. I was down at Capital One Arena tonight. Her Indiana Fever taking on the Mystics. Before the game, I got a chance to chat with one of her many fans, Clark herself. You came last night. Yeah. You're a Mystics fan. Yeah. But I see the Indiana shirt. So what are we doing here?
I like Caitlin Clark more. I went to Iowa, and I'm going to go to Iowa too.
Brianna Fabia, just one of many young fans of the Iowa basketball star. What are you most excited to see?
Her playing. She's a good three-point shooter. I love watching her score and just everything about her. I got an Iowa t-shirt for Caitlin Clark. We couldn't find a Caitlin Clark one, so an Iowa one will do.
The Hawkeye guard has become the new face of women's basketball. Clark breaking records tonight, becoming the all-time leading scorer in Big Ten history. Inspiring a new generation of aspiring women's basketball players.
The league is hoping that Caitlin Clark can boost ticket sales, TV ratings, and advertising revenue during just 3 months of off-season play, similar to the impact Lionel Messi had on Inter Miami and Major League Soccer. Messi's historic move to Miami included a $150 million contract, partial future ownership, and revenue-sharing incentives, including a cut of Apple TV's MLS Pass earnings. With Clark ranked as the 4th most marketable athlete in the world by Sports Pro, Unrivaled may be even more eager to secure her participation. While a salary of over $1 million may seem modest compared to athletes like Messi or the NBA's LeBron James, who will earn $48.7 million this season with the Los Angeles Lakers, it would still mark a major leap forward for women's basketball. But Clark made a surprising move that caught everyone off guard. It might not be the Unrivaled news fans were expecting, but the wait for her next big step is almost over.
Iowa's Caitlin Clark had one final chance to say goodbye to fans at the university. A rally was held to celebrate the national runner-ups in women's basketball. Iowa's athletic director announced the college will retire Clark's number, 22. It's only the 3rd number to be retired in program history. Clark is expected to be the #1 overall pick in Monday's WNBA draft.
Caitlin Clark's decision to turn down a $1 million offer speaks volumes about her value. Despite earning significantly less with the Indiana Fever, she knows her worth, and so does everyone else. While several stars have already signed on, Unrivaled president Alex Bazell admitted the league had purposely saved a spot for Clark. It's easy to see why. Ranked 4th on Sports Pro's 2024 list of the world's 50 most marketable athletes, Clark brings the kind of broad appeal that new leagues dream of. Unrivaled is hoping she can inject the same level of excitement and attention that Lionel Messi brought to Major League Soccer when he joined Inter Miami in 2023. That deal included a $150 million contract, partial ownership, and other major incentives, plus a revenue-sharing agreement with Apple from MLS Season Pass subscriptions. Anyone in their position would want Clark, 100%. The numbers she draws are unmatched. She's a true outlier. Her reported decision to turn down a $1 million offer for just 9 weeks of play only reinforces how powerful her brand truly is.
Good win, guys.
Gazelle shared these insights and more about the league's inaugural season on the Good Game with Sarah Spain podcast. Meanwhile, Clark reaffirmed her decision to take some time off during the break. As a result, Unrivaled had to find 4 more players to complete their 30-player roster. The tournament will feature 6 teams of 5 players each, with the top 4 teams advancing to the playoffs. Although Clark chose not to compete in the Unrivaled League alongside her noted rival Angel Reese, she has capitalized on lucrative sponsorship and endorsement deals off the court, including an impressive 8-year agreement with Nike worth $28 million. Clark also highlighted the incredible support for women in sports from Gamebridge, which backs this event and other initiatives such as the Billie Jean King Leadership Initiative and Parity Week. Despite the growing popularity of ADEX, the WNBA, players' salaries remain a significant challenge for the league. With its expanding reach, the WNBA has made progress in several areas. More teams have been added, creating additional roster spots, and full-time charter flights were introduced last season after years of players advocating for better travel conditions. However, as the league continues to grow, players are demanding a larger share of that success. Currently, WNBA players earn only a small fraction of the league's overall revenue.
Got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy...
Player salaries have been a long-standing point of contention between the NBA, which owns about 60% of the WNBA and leads collective bargaining agreement, CBA negotiations, and women's basketball players. It remains one of the biggest financial challenges the league faces, with players expressing willingness to sit out games if negotiations don't result in a pay structure they consider fair. The current WNBA CBA, signed before the 2020 season, increased the maximum salary for star players from $170,500 in 2019 to $215,000 in 2020. However, this was before the league's recent surge in popularity, driven by stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who have brought in record numbers of fans. Paige Buchers, the #1 pick in last month's WNBA draft, signed a rookie contract with a base salary of just over $78,000, roughly the same amount Clark received as the top pick a year ago. While these players will earn significantly more through marketing deals and performance bonuses, the base salaries still highlight the financial hurdles the league must overcome.
The Fever did not come to play. They are on a mission to win now, like 2025 championship season incoming. They were so quiet during free agency. And in the past 24 hours, boom, 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 re-signed Kelsey Mitchell to a max deal, picked up Natasha Howard, bringing her back to the Indiana Fever, where she was originally drafted, and then they just announced a 3-way trade sending Alyssa Smith to Dallas and Sophie Cunningham coming to the Fever. This team in 24 hours just got exponentially better.
Both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are considered generational talents and franchise-altering players. Yet, despite their immense potential and hype, they earn significantly less in base salary than many players in other leagues with similar expectations. This is also true for established stars like Breanna Stewart and 3-time MVP Aja Wilson, who can make at most around $240,000. David Berry, an economics professor at Southern Utah University, pointed out that WNBA players' salaries are far lower than what NBA players earned when the league's revenue was comparable to today's WNBA. In the early 1970s, when the NBA generated around $30 million, its top players made roughly $300,000, equivalent to about $2 million today after adjusting for inflation. How much player salaries will increase remains uncertain. Barry suggested that if players were to receive 50% of $200 million in revenue, the average salary could rise to at least $1 million, with maximum salaries ranging from $3 million to $5 million. Though the WNBA, now 29 years old, has experienced significant financial growth, its revenue remains small compared to the NBA, which has been established for over 80 years.
Look at the NBA, for example, like the WNBA doesn't get as much streamings as the NBA does.
You know why? Because it's boring. Sorry, that's why.
Because of this whole cycle of sexism.
It's not sexism, it's...
The Indiana Fever star had an outstanding rookie season, earning the Rookie of the Year award after a record-breaking campaign that helped transform the growth and reputation of the league.
You know, it was just so fun to see Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever back on the basketball court. That's the reason I'm a fan, right? That's the reason I started following Clark the way I do. She seems like a great person. She says and does all the right things, all that stuff. But she's so fun to watch play basketball, and we've been deprived of the Fever for so long. You get the new look Fever. This is how they came into camp. The team shared that this.
The 23-year-old also gives a glimpse into her off-season mindset as she prepares for her second WNBA season next year. She's excited to connect and mingle with the new players in the league.